Hello and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host Bryan. It is finally that time. We're going to check out our last band for Wild Shifts. This one is called Mains. I can't quite pronounce the title on this one, but it comes from the album of the same name. I'm going to be diving into this, and then tomorrow we'll check out a sound that is hopefully quite a bit different from this one. So let's dive into this track and see what Mains is bringing to the table today. Okay. Very compressed, treble heavy, feels like lo-fi black metal, but musically, I guess we're kind of getting there musically. It's interesting how clear the vocals are for being so far into the mix. Yeah, like I can't make out words, but it's possible it's not in English as well, so maybe that's why. But I'm hearing starting and stopping of syllables, so it's also peculiar. I haven't picked up on much variation going on in the instrument work yet. Like, I think we're in our second verse primarily because of the vocal variation. But I think that's really the only aspect that's given me landmarks to shifts. Nice accent there with the growl. Back to our intro idea. Okay. Although I vaguely remember this on our intro too, so. Oh, there. Okay. Was the. Did I miss this guitar riff last time? Yeah, this is going to be a short analysis here. Um, this feels like lo-fi black metal. The production heavily emphasizes a very compressed sound that removes a lot of the bassy elements. The bass guitar, if there is one, isn't present at all. The guitars dominate the sound. The drums, the bass kicks are barely audible. It's just this little duh 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 duh, this barely audible thudding down at the bottom. It's a song that whose production really emphasizes the higher end, and even that is a compressed style. We're not getting a full body treble here either. Like I said, this is lo-fi black metal, at least in production. What I find interesting then is that I don't find the music black metal. See, the thing is when you create a guitar tone like they have, it's really difficult to hear if it's being constantly picked or just picked once and allowing to be rung out because the the attack itself gets overshadowed somehow. I'm still not sure about the specifics of what goes into this type of wall of sound production specifically pertaining to the guitars because this isn't the only band or even the only style that does this. But basically, you don't even hear the pick against the string and the pressure required to pull the string down and hit it back and the action that you get when it snaps back into place. All of that, all of those really characteristic elements of the attack itself are missing, and all you get is the sound, the pitch of it with the compression, everything else out of it. And so I don't know if they are actually playing 16th notes or even 8th notes here, or if it's just a lot of play the note and then your hand's free. Well, one hand free, anyways. The other hand has to be on the neck to hold the notes down. But uh, black metal to me is a very thrashy style of music. It's all about the consistent 16th note attacks. And here we're pairing guitar work that could be that or could be the exact opposite. I don't know. With this really compressed sound and the drums, we eventually get eighth note bass kicks. Um, but we never hit that 16th note wall of sound, hyper aggressive, thrashy thing. And so the song ends up, interestingly, being lo fi atmospheric, which I think is really interesting, especially when we get to that moodier B section with the really low Fry style vocals over them. Um, and we get that do 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 do. It's very eerie. It's adding a lot of tension to the music, um, and it's just very atmospheric. It's not really a riff in and of itself. I mean, it is a riff, but it's not designed to be interesting by itself. It's designed to add to the atmosphere of the track. And thinking about the A section as well, that's kind of more of an atmospheric feel too. And I know there's atmospheric black metal. We've checked it out. But I don't think we've listened to lo-fi atmospheric black metal, which I think is what this is, which is just gonna kind of wrap everything up for me. Uh, the structure of this track is intro A, B, A, intro B, which I find fascinating. Maybe I missed something and our intro was actually a transition from our B to our A. It's possible. But the general vibe here, though, is just eerie. It's off-putting. Um, and it's done so through the lens of black metal production, where the vocals are pushed into the mix, um, and there's not much of a bass presence, and you can't hear the attacks on your guitars, and that's the whole song to me. It's lo-fi, it's atmospheric, it's black metal produced or has a blackened production to it, and I don't know that I have anything else to say about it. So I'm gonna hit some lyrics, probably have to translate them, and then we'll wrap this up. And well, interestingly, they're in English. Was not expecting that. Like I mentioned, I could make out the beginning and endings of syllables, but I wasn't actually making out words. So, anyways, though, it's much like the simplicity. I don't want to say simplicity. The iterative nature of the music, very much being in a typical black metal styling. The lyrics are as well. These are satanic imagery about uh it seems to be some sort of ritual to call upon the fall of heaven. I mean, this is just black metal 101 right here. So, yep, 11 whole lines ending with the lines Jesus wept and heaven fell. That's that's my take on this track from Mains. Feels a bit like short a short video here, but it's a very surface level track. I think it's gonna be really interesting to check what they're doing out tomorrow. See the I'm at a loss for words right now. It'll be interesting tomorrow to see what they're doing that's very different from this. I think there's a lot of places they can go, but I also think there's a lot of ways they can stick to their blackened roots while still exploring new routes as well. We've seen a lot of different styles of experimental black metal, so I'll be looking forward to that. Those are my thoughts on this track by Mains. Again, I can't pronounce it unfortunately, and I'm not gonna butcher it. What did y'all think? Put your opinions, comments, perspectives, all that stuff down in the comment section. Above that, in the description box, you'll find a link to Linktree. It takes you to this menu here. You can find my music, ways to support the channel, a link to the Discord server, and so much more. Above that, if you could, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I greatly appreciate all three of them. Alright, we have a special selection coming up in a little bit. Otherwise, see you guys tomorrow. We're going to check out that Wild Shift from Mains, as well as a couple creator requests, which is a bit different than usual, but trust me, it's what has to happen tomorrow. Basically, I double booked the day, so that's what we're doing. I misscheduled stuff. Anyways, until next time, remember to be critical, not cynical, with the music you listen to, and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you choose to watch my videos.